There we go.
Oh, yes.
Now it's recording. Awesome possum. Good stuff. So today, how did Andrew post in his group when he was talking? Oh, I see what he has. He has his VA posting, whatever. I just want to include that in the session. Okay, so we're going to be going over the car wash review. I'm quickly becoming the car wash guy, which is awesome. My car wash guy, hey Fabricio, has very quickly gone from at first $22.50 a month for one location. At 1 month, he was paying me $13,000 recurring. And then at another point, he just said, screw it, I'm just going to give you 10 grand per location. And then he paid me for 2 locations, and then he paid me for another location. Now he wants to pay me for another location. It's like a whole thing. So I'm not kidding. This one funnel has probably paid me like 70 grand, pretty fucking easily. And so you can copy and steal this today using the results and examples. The business, I'm going to try not to say his name, and I'm going to try not to say the company's name, but it may come up. Just I'll delete it later. But literally, this funnel has paid me like 70 grand. And then he even called me and says, can you do this for this other location that's owned by the franchise, not by me, and can you finance them? And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, they'll just pay you an extra 20, 30%. I was like, okay. So 10 grand could become 12 or 13 by financing, which is fucking cool. So this is the car wash funnel. I'm going to take you through every single step. You can use this today. The type of results that I'm talking about. Why isn't this not showing up? All right, well, we'll see what happens. It's fucking, everything is going well today. Like, I had the interview with G-Day, and that went well, and then Google Slides has been having a heart attack ever since. All right. There's no winning some days. All right. Here we go. All right. So the type of results you can expect with this funnel if you follow the steps. We got 393 customer opportunities. Name, number, and email. Each person went through like 7 to 8 specific steps to actually type in their phone number. So it's not just like lead ads. There's a pretty high conversion rate. And I will even show you the call rail later on. Like, people are calling and saying, hey, I want to buy your stuff, which is awesome. In the time that we ran this, we got nearly 400 leads. Between March 3rd and May 2nd, it says 550. That's obviously not correct, but Facebook does what it wants. And so I'm guessing cost per result is probably $3 or $4, but shit, that's awesome anyway. And this was my first attempt at creating a $10,000 product. And the guy said, okay, I'm gonna give you 10 grand, and it fucking worked. So everyone's jumping up and down, and now I have multiple 10 grand products and multiple 10 grand franchises, so it's awesome. Standard way of working. I don't know how people talk or the language that they use, so we did the research ad. This was in Woodlands, Texas. So as soon as he paid me money, gave me admin access to his Facebook page. First day, dropped the research ad. It's copy and paste, same shit all the time. Hey, Woodlands, Texas, company name is expanding, car washes, beep, 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 bit.ly link, your job is done, wait for the research to come in. Do an engagement ad, and then comment and respond to people. Even if they say no, just use a GIF making fun of them, and everybody thinks it's hilarious. Here's the research. Normal stuff, nothing particularly exciting except for this one right here, which is the come off the driver's seat. I thought that was interesting. But everything else is like well within the range of acceptability. Car clean, clean car, smells good and shiny, normal stuff. Like I always mentioned before, you can see if your campaign is going to work beforehand if you get between 15 and 30. And guess what? People gave me their emails, which is new custom and lookalike audience as well. And I know this darn thing is going to work. The ad itself looks like this. Hey, Woodlands, Texas. Great. You know, blocked that out and then didn't. Sick and tired of car washes that aren't blank, blank, and blank. I'm Jeff with car company name. And then I break apart their highest performing offer. So what I did is I went to their website and I figured out something that was Facebook friendly between 20 and 40 bucks. Turns out they have a $30 offer that just plain old darn works. Great. And then I just broke it apart. I literally called the place. I said, all right, walk me through everything that you do. And then I did that with 2 or 3 other people. And then I came up with this right here. Obvious and explicit what you got. 30 something vouchers left. This came from the research. Everybody's happy and healthy, no big deal. From there, normal funnel, standard shit, reiterate the offer, picture the map, You can do that in Keynote if you feel like being frustrated. Contact information, business name, location, and phone number. Some people actually like just hold it, copy and paste, and call. Make sure that's a tracking number. Don't put that straight to the business. You want to be in a position to say, I sent you 15 phone calls this week. You can do that with the tracking number. Thank you page, standard shit. I went to Canva, did a voucher. I do it all the same, but wait, get your 2 free upgrades. On mobile, I move this button up, so it's just in the fold, like at this line right here. Double check it multiple times. Sometimes that URL bar pushes it down, and so you miss out on phone calls. Standard email follow-up, soap opera sequence, no big deal. 2, 3, and 4. Retargeting ad. That's it. Nothing advanced, nothing fancy, none of this bullshit about split testing, none of this conversation about what should we be doing. Nope. 300 or 400 plus name, number, and emails with a rock solid, stupid, simple funnel that you can set up in 45 minutes or less. Research ad. Here's your research. Figure out your sick and tireds. Figure out your couple more lines. Shit just works. What I also found was really interesting is that some people were giving me shit about like the giving away part. Some people were saying, oh my God, you're not giving away anything. And so I would just make fun of them. Like whenever somebody said like, you're using the word giveaway wrong, it's literally, this is my response right here. It's a GIF of somebody who can't read. When
At least called you sir.
Yeah, right. Like obvious. I feel like it's a condescending sir, but yeah, something like that. Here is, this one's fun. Always respond to the comments every single time. This is another one. Some little D-bag said, I go to 1 year's down the street for 20 bucks. I go, oh, okay. Here's another one.
I love that.
It's so much fun. Like, here is another comment. These are all comments on the ad set itself. I think this is why the ad set was doing so well. Here is one where a guy named John decided to get uppity with me. And I go, okay, fine. John says, waterless car washes are gimmicky. Okay. And that's a picture of Dr. Phil literally saying, thank you for that. And then some random dude comes to my defense. I'll bet its paint is in better shape than whatever douche canoe you're riding around in, and a GIF of somebody spitting coffee.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a guy comment on my ecom client's ad today that he was selling licensed or unlicensed products, and it was illegal to do so. So I went to his Facebook page. I looked up. He was advertising his photography company with logos from Back to the Future and photos from NASA. I screenshot it and I said, "Oh, pot, meet kettle. Here you go."
There you go. Fucking perfect. Like, don't be afraid to call people out on their shit. Facebook wants you to do that. Here's another one. That was fun. I just said more sand.
More.
Who the fuck cares? What was pretty funny is like some lady on this thread, and I showed Andrew when he was in person. Some lady was like, how could you talk to people like that? Who do you think you are? Unacceptable. I go, who are you fucking talking about? She was referring to somebody in the thread that made fun of her kind of like this, thinking that they worked with me. And I go, no, they don't work with me. And then she left a 1-star review. Yeah, 1-star review. So guess what fucking happened? A guy named Zachary says, who the fuck do you think you are, your social justice warrior? Like, are you so sensitive that you have to leave 1-star reviews for businesses that don't even start yet? Then Zach,
oh my God.
Oh no, it's real. And then she ended up deleting the thread, but you can't delete the comments, right? So no joke, a guy named Zach was like, "I'm here to shreds on the thread." And then all of his buddies come by and give a 5-star review.
Nice.
Great, I fucked up. There's the name. Yeah, so literally like random fucking people say, oh, you're good. I like your online persona. I like interacting with your business, which is what Facebook is about. So you can see when their general manager was like, oh, I got this. I'll respond and be professional. Nobody wants a professional response. Like, nobody wants that shit. Like, look how boring these are. Like, I need a full detailed headlight restore. Hook it up. My response would have been a GIF of Dr. Evil saying $1 million. This GM's response was like, hey, Matt, thanks. Let me know. We look forward to it. Bye. How boring is that shit?
We can assist with it. Please call our store.
Right, like that's no fun. Like you want to respond to comments so that people like engage more, and then all of a sudden your ad traffic costs a lot less. There's always going to be people that misinterpret the word giving away, and you don't want to take a stance of like, I'm going to rip them to shreds. You want to take a stance of like, really? Are you retarded? Like, how do you not think of this shit? Like, so somebody else says you aren't giving away anything. So then the community says, the community makes fun of idiots, right?
Fucking love it.
Isn't that great? Here is an example of customer support. Like when you respond to these comments, sometimes the staff fucks up and doesn't do a good job. And so the community feels like empowered to leave a comment, which is great. So this lady said, hi, I had it done and they didn't get the bird shit off my back windows. Okay. I left a GIF of Will Ferrell and Elf saying, I'll call you in 5 minutes. Great. Like that's the type of conversation you should be having with your potential customers. Because of it, I wish I could show you this thread. Like people are tagging their friends, which are essentially free leads and free engagement. Here's another one. Just tags people. So guess what John Cena gifts? Like you have to be responding consistently and effectively in a way that Facebook wants it, which is not boring text messages that are safe, but like they want gifts, they want interaction and comments. I'm not kidding. This is probably 100 comments long, everything on this thread. For the ad, oh, someone left a, okay, bye Andrew. On this thread, and there's 15 shares of random people that I don't know of on an ad. What is that? Like, why is that a thing, right? And it's because of the gifts. So you guys could literally go to a car wash today and be like, hey, I have a really cool case study of how we got 400 customer opportunities, people raising their hand saying, I want to come over and buy your stuff. You're probably wondering about the phone calls, which is how most small businesses determine if their ads have been successful. Like it's one thing to say, hey, all this stuff. It's another thing to say like, hey, we actually got like people wanting to call in. So here is filtered by all time, apply. So we got this many phone calls from an ad that was a direct offer that said, hey, do you want to pay me money? We got 86 phone calls in 3 months. That's an average of 1 phone call a day, every day for the ad that's running. This business is jumping up and down saying, oh my God, my ads are working. That's not customer opportunities, that's phone calls, which is an added bonus. And when they're calling, you can actually listen to the conversation. You can see when the business picked up, when they didn't, things like that. Here is a short list of the actual phone calls. I'll just block out people's phone numbers and their names. Here is the actual phone calls that existed because of this ad set. Like real phone calls, like they're having full-on conversations. I want to buy your stuff, right? The cool part is because they're tracking all this stuff, When the business says, hey, this isn't working, go, yes, it is. Look at the phone calls I generated. Then they go, I had no idea it was you, that you were doing it. So your car wash funnel, standard stuff, research ad, find out how they talk, have an ad that talks how they talk, direct offer, want to call now, your job is done. You can have email follow-up, you can seal this today. Daniel Velez wrote it, he writes all my stuff. Retargeting, stupid, simple, time is running out, vouchers acting now. I'm not doing the sequencing or the retargeting stack or anything like that. It just works. And then when you get comments, engage like a normal person. And it's really not that hard. It's not a lot of bandwidth. I usually just do it like once every 3-4 hours and just comment all the way down, and everybody's happy with that. Don't be afraid of being funny. Don't be afraid of being authentic. Just do your best to not be boring. And when you're not boring with your ads, all of a sudden people respond, and very quickly you generate more customer opportunities. It happens time and time again with all my ad sets. Gifts are where it's at. And then even then the community will turn against people who are being unfair. So what types of questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas do you guys have about the car wash funnel, how this shit works, how you can sell it? You've got a case study, you've got results. Who can you talk to today who wants these results tomorrow? Jack.
Hey, Jack. How do you think it makes a difference that your car wash client is like a we come to you type thing?
Yeah, so the only part that's will come to you is right here.
Shit.
And I would say 1 out of 15, 20 phone calls is, can you come to my house?
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So it really is inconsequential.
It's almost a non-conversation. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. I think it's a legitimate question, but this isn't a will come to you service. It's a, you're coming to us and we have a truck that we drive out on a Tuesday and service commercial clients because they have got like 15 or 20 cars at once. And then if it turns out there's some douchebag nearby who wants like a car, fine. For context, the business is in Houston, Texas, in an area called Woodlands. So it's not even in like a big area, it's like the suburbs.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's inside of a mall, like one of these suckers. Or sorry, yeah, it's inside this mall right here. A lot of homes, right? They can't do, we'll drive to every single house. It's not gonna happen, right?
Right.
There's Houston down here, fucking far, right? It's an hour and a half north, and the guy still has 400 people saying, I want to come over today.
Wild.
Yep. Like, don't do chiropractors, don't do dentists, car washes, plumbers, solar airflow companies. Like, it's so stupid easy.
What the fuck is that?
I know. Like a concrete laying company. What? It makes no sense. And the cool part is nobody's targeting these people. They desperately want customers. The guy is jumping up and down at 30 phone calls a month. And since this is part of like my 10K deal, you notice it cost me $1,200 to do 400 customer opportunities. By the way, we already did 200 customer opportunities. And by the way, we already did 200 customers. We're done. Took me $1,200 to make 10 grand. I don't recommend you start off with this. I recommend you start with like, hey, for $2,000, this is everything you get. Follow the standard, what's it called, pitch process. And I can't find the car wash.
¿Nombre de quién está el shipping? Me parece que le puso el email Luli, no a mí.
What?
Jack, come on. Stop watching your telenovelas.
It's definitely Fabricio.
What's me? Sorry.
If I do ever find the car wash pitch meeting, it'll go in here, but all my pitches are the same. Every single one.
It's just you being charming and snarky, and then you sign a check.
Pretty much. And for context, that plumber that I mentioned earlier in the group at 2,900, I'm going to show you. The guy said,
These were all referrals, right?
Yes,
Is it from that same lady or is it from another source?
from the same lady.
Are you kidding? I want this lady. Where is this lady?
The plumber. The plumber said, yes, I want to start. I just took the screenshot. Right? $2,900 a month for the plumber. This is the guy that spends $100,000 a month on his trucks. $3,000 a month is no big deal. Right?
Jeez.
Yeah. So undiscovered country, guys, like car wash.
There's money out there. Can I ask a quick question about the car wash, the results for 10K thing?
Yep.
And you might have covered this elsewhere, so tell me if you have and I'll go look for it. But so for 10K, you're guaranteeing him 200 customers, not opportunities, but people paying and in the store.
Yep.
So what is, I guess in the shortest way possible, so I don't take up too much time, what's the difference between what you do for opportunities versus what you do to guarantee those people are going to come in?
So from like a technical or implementation execution side, the only difference is I say, great, send me your export of your customers and I'll compare it to the people that I sent. That's it from like the back end point of view.
Just so that you can verify. Yeah, okay.
Correct. I'm somewhat more incentivized to respond to errant comments. I'm somewhat more incentivized to respond to errant text messages, sticky survey, stuff like that. I respond to that more actively because he's paying me for customers. But here's what's really cool. So because I'm measuring the phone calls and the sticky surveys and the emails and his customer exports, I can now say, dude, what the hell is going on with your staff? Like, I sent you 400 name, number, and emails. I gave them a script. People are calling in. They're having conversations. You mean to tell me that somebody spent 90 seconds on the phone and they're not going to buy? Listen to this conversation. And then he goes, oh. And I go, imagine how many others are there. This guy spent 6 minutes on the phone. Listen to that. Why isn't your person closing? And the CEO goes, oh. I go, should this count for me? Or do you think I should have to like huff and puff for another customer? He goes, no, it's fine. It counts. I know they came in. I go, what do you mean? He's like, I didn't send you the whole Excel spreadsheet. Like that's the conversation we end up happening and having. From the back end point of view, I'm slightly more incentivized to respond to comments. I'm looking at his customer export every month, seeing the numbers that match up. And I'm going, all right, great. Now I have to go into the customer database, Control F, have a VA do it. Did this person come in X all the way down? But 200 people bought. Yeah.
It's nuts. Jeff, do you have so this isn't like 200 people in a month. This is like, pay me $10,000 and I'll get you 200 customers. What are you shooting for as far as like, to keep your like margins good? What are you shooting for as time-wise?
So the only cost that I have outside of paying the 20% is ad costs, right? The rest, like software and blah, 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 Jeff's time, I don't put that in there. I'm paying for ClickFunnels anyway, you know what I mean? Like, and Jeff's willing to put as much effort, energy into proving that this sucker works. The only costs that I have are like keeping the ad running. And it looks like this number is wrong, so it's probably like $4, but let's just say that everybody who signs up comes in, right? So 4 times 200. So at the worst, or the best scenario for me is I spend $800 for 200 customers, right? Let's say only 1/3 of these people come in, fine. I have to spend that much money. Let's say I need more customer opportunities, right? Like a healthy contract for Jeff is 50%. So I can spend up to $5,000. And guess what? I've still got a lot left over. So if it turns out he gives me a bitch and moan about like, you only sent me 100 and sent me on 200, fine, I'll turn the ad on for 2 more weeks. Right? Like his biggest concern is results in walk-ins and phone calls. My biggest concern is getting paid. So how do we line that stuff up? We had a conversation. He goes, do you have like a flat rate customer guarantee thing? And I go, I can make one. So I said, look, it's 10 grand. And I literally like hung up the phone. I think in the group, I did like an iPad strategy session where I was just talking out loud. No joke. I made that strategy up like a week beforehand, like brushing my teeth. I was like, oh, this is how it would work. He wants customers. He wants phone calls. I said, I'm gonna give you 200. You give me 10 grand. And he goes, okay. There wasn't like more conversation because we had already known that this stuff works. He just needs something to say, all right, I'm done advertising for the year. I'm done, I'm finished. Jeff's going to get me 200 customers, and then I don't have to worry about something else. It'd be no different than hiring like a marketing guy, right? I don't have to worry about marketing anymore. So he paid the 10, and then he was so happy with the results because I was taking his Excel spreadsheet and showing him that these people came in as sent by me. Like, if you look at it, and I can't show it because there's numbers on there, but it's like Jeff all the way down, right? And then I spend an extra hour, maybe like once every 2 weeks, comparing these people. And because the internet, like, it's these people's names next to their phone numbers. So I can literally be like, hey, I sent you 25 phone calls in the past week. None of them converted. It's probably a problem with your staff. And here's a sample conversation, right? Like, if you're calling a car wash, you're going to get a car wash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of idea. And he was fine with it. So in his point of view, he prepaid 6 months worth of advertising, got his results in 3 months, and now he wants to do it again. What's up, Fabricio?
Let me ask you something. How much is a car wash?
$30.
So you get him 200 calls, not even people walking the door, right?
No, 200 customers.
200 by $30. So you got him $6,000 and he pays you $10,000.
So that's the common mistake that we do to ourselves, which is this customer is only worth $30. That's not true at all. If I get somebody buying from Jeff for, let's just say, $2,000 a month, and Jeff does an okay job, they're going to stick around for 2, 3, 4 months. So $2,000 is really 5, 6, 10 grand, right? If these people do a good job, person's coming back 2, 3, 4 times. And this company is really good at upsells. They have a $400 a month package. How cool is that? The 300, that's their lowest, cheapest dollar off, right? So $30, most people come back 4 times within a year. So most people are worth really $120. So if I get 200 of those.
That's a year.
Correct.
Yes, but he's going to do it again next month and get another 200 customers, and then it's just going to compile and compile and compile.
Yep.
Yeah, but not every business guy sees that way.
Yeah, you're right. Most businesses
Very tough to explain them.
So
Very
you
tough.
have to go to the onboarding documents, and that's where you say, all right, so walk me through. When a customer comes in, do they just never come back again? Or if your staff does a good job, how often do they come back? And I literally write that down. And so when I was trying to figure out how much to charge him, and he asked that same question, I looked at the onboarding docs, brought him up, and I said, look, we know that if your staff does a good job, this person comes back 4 times. That doesn't include extra buying stuff, right? So if I do my job and I get you 30 customers, and they come back over the course of a year, which is a bare minimum, you're going to make 24 grand on this, right? And he goes, yeah. And that doesn't include, by the way, like, I know the way the world works is if I only got him 200, he'd be like, Jeff, what the fuck? And we'd have a fucking fight. So I try to double the customer opportunities, knowing that I really do 200 customers. So he feels happy and wants to renew. That's just knowing how the game works. But he's jumping up and down, and then he paid another one, and then he paid another one, and then he wants to do another one. Yeah. You guys know car washes.
I'm not in the same business, but in either the barber shop, the guy with the gym. I try to put that together, and they don't see it.
Okay.
They can. I got them the results already, and they not continue with me.
So I would, if they don't, I wouldn't fight them. I try very little to convert people. I go, okay, no big deal. I just go to the next guy. Yeah, like, here's the results that I did somewhere else. So like with this guy, let's say the car wash guy drops me. Great. Let me just go to Miami. Miami car washes. This is what I would do today. If you say, Jeff, I can't pay you anymore. Okay. So look at all those car washes. Great. So guess who's getting a bunch of phone calls? Hey, Krypton Car Wash. You know, I do car washes in Miami. I sent over 200 real-life customers to a similar car wash. Can we talk about this program and how much it costs? They go, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't try to convert people. I just find the next best one. That's it. Of course, that means I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, but, you know, whatever.
For how long?
So, guys, like,
when he hits 100K, he can start calling up girlfriends.
Yes.
Do you need that money to get out?
No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
I know it's a joke. But looks like you don't need it. I need to go out like 3 times a week.
All right, so we're going back to the funnel. This is literally recorded, guys. Okay, so like,
let's start talking about Jeff's love life instead.
it'll be great.
It's not convenient.
So the results of the 10K car wash funnel, almost 400 real life customer opportunities, name, number, and email. These are people within like, I think 4 miles. So like, it's not a huge radius. It's not a difficult to do. It's literally in a town with homes, right? A lot of space, low density. That's different than a city. We got fucking results and we only spent $1,200 to do it. No joke. Research ad, results, ad, landing page, thank you page, email, retargeting, all that stuff. And then I guess I deleted it, but just the sneaky survey and the welcome text. When you're having conversations with these potential customers, be funny, interactive, stand out. People like this stuff a lot more than they do like boring old interactions. It gets the thread going. This is where your money is, right here. On my other ads, like this guy owns a similar car shop or car wash near me. There's literally people tagging each other saying, I'm coming in today. That's the type of stuff that you want. They aren't giving it away. That happens all the time. Do you delete the comment or do you make fun of them? You should be making fun of them. Not like mean, but like internet fun, things like that. Like think KFC and like their Twitter account. That's what we want to be.
Savage Wendy's.
Or yeah, Wendy's. I was gonna say Wendy's is all about trolling.
You manage all the comments on the Facebook page too?
No, not on the Facebook page, just on the ad itself.
Okay.
And I'm only really doing that because I really, really, really wanted this thing to work. And I think I'll just keep doing it from now on. Like I'll just build out part of the package, $3,000. I'll take care of the comments. No big deal.
You receive those on the app, right? On the Facebook page ad.
Yeah, I get notifications whenever there's a comment. Yeah, but I don't like actively look at it. I just put it to the side and then like once a day, I just go through. And very rarely is it a 5-alarm fire. Phone calls, this is the money. You get to prove that it was real life customers. I mean, I sent you phone calls. What do you mean your staff couldn't pick up the phone? What do you mean your voicemail wasn't working? How am I gonna get you customer opportunities if this shit isn't working? I'm sending you people who wanna buy your stuff. So guys, stupid simple, not complicated. There's a lot of gold out there. You just gotta like find the right way to connect to it. You guys know car washes. Now you have a 5K funnel.
One more question. You send people at the end of the funnel on the thank you page to give a call to the car wash directly? Who wants to answer the call?
These people.
I mean, I go to a car wash here and no one answered the phone. There is no phone ringing.
So that's like the best part. So you have to prove that your stuff is working and it's their fault that it's not. So if you can prove that you're generating leads and they aren't responding, you win. If you can prove that you're generating customer opportunities, they aren't responding, you win. If you can prove like, hey, your phone is ringing and nobody's picking it up, what the hell is going on? Then the business or the person employee goes like, oh, your advertising marketing is working. I need to be better at my job too. And it happens. Like you've just got to wait. And all of a sudden, magically, they'll start picking up the phone like they're supposed to because the boss will start yelling at them.
Yeah, but they're looking to have everything online. They want a message. They want WhatsApp. They don't want a phone call, phone ring on the store.
So then you just figure out a different thing. I'll show you as an example. Here was the start of a similar campaign. Let me block this shit off. So this is a similar campaign, not the 200 customers, but a different one altogether.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice, so if it's less than 30 seconds, it's a voicemail. I called, they never picked up, turned on the campaign, people started calling. Somebody called 3 times in a row. This was a car dealer that wanted a fucking car wash deal. They saw the ad. Can we just send you our cars? Can you bring over a crew on Tuesday? They didn't pick up the fucking phone, right? It happens all the time. Now, Fabricio's challenge is different, which is they don't want phone calls. I don't know then. But I think if they have a phone, they want that shit to ring, and the average customer, the average client that wants success with their business views phone calls as a measurement of that success. So if you can deliver the value in the way they want to receive and perceive it, you're going to make enough ton of money.
James, everyone is working with phone calls. I'm the only one who kind of not having the problem, but the few clients that I have, which I had 3-4 clients, they just want the lead to go either to a text or email. Email is not, but they want a WhatsApp. They don't want to deal with the call. I don't know. It's maybe it's here. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I know with this client in particular, phone calls were king, and I got them, and you guys can too.
Okay.
Yeah. Any last questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas? No.
Nope.
Good shit. Go get a car wash, please, and thank you. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.